guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm here at the Shift HQ doing the monthly clean on their tank. I'm here with Caleb, who is the owner, and I thought while I was here it'll be fun to do a bit of an interview, kind of like a Q&A style, and see what his experience with his tank has been so far. So why don't you introduce yourself, Caleb?
Sure. My name is Caleb. I'm the creative director at Shift, and this is one of the tanks that this is the tank that we got off Sam after he approached us and just asked whether or not we'd want to set up a little aquarium in our office, and yeah, it's been fantastic so far. Sam's done a really good job setting it up, getting all the fish in there, and yeah, maintaining a nice little ecosystem that we've got living right in our main office.
Yeah. And like one of the things you said at the start was like you had kind of recently moved into this office and you wanted to kind of create it as your own space.
Yeah.
How has having a fish tank in here like contributed to making it feel, I guess, more like homely or more like, I don't know, interesting? Because that was kind of one of the things you were like...
Yeah. I mean, I guess in terms of so we're a media company, and everyone here loves the artistic aspects of things. And having something that's, essentially a handcrafted little menagerie,
That's a new word.
a handcrafted menagerie that is like a living and breathing piece of art is actually really nice. Having seen how it was at the start and then what it's developed to, is nice to give, it's almost like its own biological timer in terms of how we've seen it progress through different seasons of, I guess, different stages of algae, different stages of the fish coming in as we've added more fish, as we've added more plants. So yeah, it's been really nice to have something that's sort of just a nice little feature to stare at, even if I'm just, I don't know if you can see the table, but there's a little table there where I have my lunch and I can sit there and watch the tank as a little bit of a reprieve from thinking about all the mess that I'm dealing with otherwise. So great.
And that's certainly something that I wanted to achieve for you coming in, was like, I want to create something that is relaxing, something that you don't have to worry about, but you can just have here as a bit of a feature. So for those of you who don't know, Sam's Aquarium Services, as well as my YouTube channel name, is actually my business, and I kind of set up some tanks and do like monthly cleaning, one-off cleaning, that kind of thing. And for Caleb, I clean his tank once a month, and like we've kind of talked about that, it kind of takes that weight off of your mind, knowing that it is that thing that you can just simply enjoy and not have to, worry about or stress over.
I mean, obviously there's any number of different things that you can get to put into a space to liven it up, but I think the fact that we actually had something that was alive has made quite a big difference. So it's been really nice, and it's always a bit of a talking point when people come in and they go like, "Oh, what the heck? You've got an aquarium?" So
dude, you're doing too much talking. I'm supposed to be interviewing you here.
Do you want to do all the talking there?
No, I'm good. Really? So this right here is an Aqua One Lifestyle 76. It is a complete setup, so it's got filtration included, lighting. It didn't come with a heater, but it does have one in there because it is a tropical fish tank. So the first question that I'm going to ask Caleb, to put him right on the spot, is, do you remember what fish I put in here for you?
Well, I think we've got some cardinal tetras.
I'm impressed.
And then we've got correct. We've got a beta fish, Johnny.
Correct.
And then we've got some neon. No, they're not neon. They're something. Ember tetras. They're the little red ones. And then we got some shrimp that are always shrimping. And I feed the tank too much, so we've got about a million
which is fine, but by the way, it is okay to have snails. People are like, oh, snails are going to eat my plants, blah blah blah. But no, snails will eat your plant if your plant is already dying or the leaves are or it's like dropping a leaf or something like that. But in general, you can control snails by hopefully not overfeeding them, which is fine. It shows he loves his tank, right? And that's, I guess, leads on to another question. Was, did you know that you could keep live plants in an aquarium?
I mean, I guess, yes. If I thought about it for any length of time, I'm sure that I would have been like, well, obviously there's plants that are in rivers, so it would make sense that they could work in aquariums as well. I wasn't really sure that you'd be able to get as much variety as we've got there, with it still looking as good as it does. I think the fact that there's, you know, multiple different types of plants, and that they're all that they all add their own little bit of jazz to the aquarium itself is really nice. Because we've had some extra things get added in there as time's gone by, it's kind of interesting to see its own little ecosystem develop. And you know how it's Dragonstone, is it?
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. It is Dragonstone.
So the Dragonstone, as that sort of, you know, started to age, and then the plants have started to darken up and like really set their roots in there. That's been really interesting to see how the aquarium itself has its own little life. And I guess that only continues to go as
time goes on.
As time goes on, and we add some more, and I probably figure out how much to actually feed them, so I don't end up with 1 million snails. But you know, even the snails themselves are kind of interesting to just see how they
fit into
and how the aquarium itself goes through its own life cycle, even just with the snails themselves. Like, as someone who doesn't know anything about like taking care of fish and setting this up, I think just the fact that I knew that it would be able to be taken care of opened me up to the possibility of having it to begin with, which was a really big thing. So, you know, like just knowing that you were around, and when you approached about like, hey, do you want to do this? It was like, oh, all of a sudden it became something that was possible, rather than just like, well, you know, and then I've got to maintain this thing and I've got to look into all this, and all of that essentially just went out the window when it was like monthly servicing. So that was great.
And it's like fulfilling my goal of having an aquarium in every workspace in Adelaide and in the Adelaide Hills. So that's another positive win there. Yeah. So there we go. The Shift Aquarium. So thank you, Caleb, for joining us. Thank you for answering some questions. I know you obviously haven't had a lot of experience with fish, but thank you for humouring me. And if you are in the Adelaide/Adelaide Hills area and you would like your aquarium cleaned, you would like advice on your aquarium, you would like an aquarium set up, anything like that, don't hesitate to contact me on Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing. And also, if you're interested in Shift as a company who does stuff.
We do marketing and business development. So if you've got any needs for expanding your business, growing, setting up websites, getting content for said websites, Instagram Reels, social media management, anything like that, let us know.
Details will be in the description below. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Do you have like a proper YouTube outro?
Not really.
You got to get one of those
it's usually like.
You get like thanks everyone for watching. If you did click the like button, it helps out a great deal. In future, if you want to see more, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you next time.